when stuff has to be done in a systematic way, you guys don't approach it that way. You approach it in your feelings and faith.
So do you think men do that? They know when they want to get married and they set a date on that?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So we're doing some quick react content. Today, I'm going to be reviewing this Kevin Samuels video, which is just utterly absurd in my opinion. And I think like people have always asked me like, why do I disagree with him so much? And I think I'll explain. I think this video really clearly demonstrates it. I don't have to give you any sort of preamble for the most part. Just watch the video, and I'll just go ahead and interject when he's being Kevin Samuels. If you like any more of this content, you can always like, comment, and subscribe. You know, do all the good stuff so the algorithm can pick it up. All right, here we go.
I'm so shocked. Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you? I was just being funny, but you know, I want to talk to you.
Hold on. How old are you?
I'm 31.
What do you want to talk to me about?
You know, I'm a boss woman. I just was out at my booth, you know, doing my pop-up shop today, and I went to college, and I believe that I can have a family one day. I believe that.
How many kids you got?
No kids.
Okay. You believe you can have a family? Okay.
Yeah, I believe I can meet my match. I believe that I can find someone that.
Roll it back. No.
I'm sorry.
We don't do.
I'm sorry.
We don't overtalk me. That's one thing.
We don't overtalk me. That's what we don't do, all right? I'm going to go back real quick, just really quick, and let's see if she's actually over-talking him. First off, I want to point out already, like, his attitude and how dismissive he is. And I don't know what, like, interaction they had prior to, like this, like, where this is Kevin Samuels' video, so I'm assuming this has all the context necessary to make him in the best light possible. And so far, like, he's just, like, basically, she's asking basic questions, and he's being so, like, dismissive. Like, he has this really dismissive attitude. Okay, like he just wants to dismiss. And I think what it is because typically whenever you see his videos, he's interacting with people who will either be uneducated or unfit in some sort of way. And in this case, she's like, yeah, I went to college, I got my own job, like I'm doing for myself, whatever. And he's being incredibly dismissive from the beginning, right? But then watch, she's not over talking him. She's speaking, he speaks after her, and then says, "Don't over talk me."
Find someone that.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe I can meet my match.
Hold on. Okay. You believe you can have a family? Okay.
Yeah, I believe I can meet my match.
Hold on.
So she says, "Yeah, I believe I can meet." And he's like, "Well, you're not going to overtalk me." What are you talking about?
Hold
What?
on.
Someone that.
Roll it back. No.
I'm sorry.
We don't do.
I'm sorry.
We don't overtalk me. That's one thing you don't.
I'm sorry. I'm getting people go to my page, my website, because I'm talking to you. So it's like, wow, I was shocked that.
Well, turn off the comments and have the conversation.
Let's talk. Help me out, Kevin.
I don't know why. I mean, if you already have it all figured out, why do you need my help?
I mean, I want to help your viewers.
If I already have it all figured out, what?
To see my point of view and talk to you and have a conversation.
I don't think my viewers want to hear a woman tell them anything.
I don't want to tell them. I want to answer your questions.
You said you wanted to talk to me.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I just want to talk about your conversation about how I can meet my match. How can I make
I don't know what your match is. I don't know what your match is. What do you want?
I want someone that, you know, can match my drive, my ambition, you know, someone that can bring to the table what I bring to the table as a woman. You know, I want someone that can meet, you know, my match.
How's that working out for you?
It's been working out great, but, you know, honestly, I don't think guys at this point in my career are what I need to focus on. Like, I just want to focus on myself. And then when I get to a level where I'm comfortable, you know, I want to settle down, and that's what's in my vicinity, then I'll explore that more.
You want any children one day?
Yes, of course. That's why I'm doing everything.
No, I don't sound of course. It's not of course. I mean,
well, not of course, but
hold on. Look at this. One at a time. How many kids would you like to have?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. Which one?
You know, 2 and a maybe, you know.
2 or 3.
Pause. This nigga, I don't know if his brain just doesn't work or what it is, but people oftentimes we vacillate on things like it's not like every person has everything figured out, right? Like sometimes it's like, well, what do you want to do for a living? And it's like, I don't know, I'm kind of considering either, right? Like I'm considering, you asked me back in the day, how many kids do you want? It's like, I want 2. I was really fixed on that. But then, after a while I was like, yeah, maybe I could do 3. I might be able to do 3. So it's 2 or 3. I'm not sure. I think maybe like primarily I might want 2, but maybe 3. I know people who like literally don't know exactly how many kids that they want. His name is at the bottom of the thing. Like people don't know these stories. Joey, he'd be the perfect person for you. I promise you. Go check out his content. He has the same sort of way of thinking or not thinking that you would be incredibly attracted to. I promise you, this would be your guru. Go to him. Trust me. You'll love his content. But yeah, it's like people vacillate all the time on different things, right? And like it's already you're starting off by trying to force someone into like coming up with like the exact number of kids they want when they're not decided. And this is going to be a 2-person decision. It's like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want 2 or 3. Why is that so? What? Come on, man.
Which one? 2 or 3?
3. Let's say 3. Let's just go for it.
What state do you live in?
I live in Las Vegas right now.
Okay. At what age does geriatric pregnancy attach for the female?
I'm sorry, what?
At what age does geriatric pregnancy attach for women?
Yes, there is a time.
At what age?
I'm like, I hear at 35 you begin to be.
At 35, yes, at 35.
I'll settle for 1 kid.
At 35, at 35, when was your last relationship?
I mean, I'm dating someone now, but my last relationship was 1.5 years ago.
And how long did it last?
5 years.
Hey, could you do me a favor? You keep swiping. Could you turn
These
off?
people are going to my website.
Okay. Turn off the notifications or turn off comments because that's kind of.
I can't. I'm sorry. I'll just ignore it. It's blocking your face though.
Well, you can turn off the comments. All you have to do is hit the 3 dots.
No, do you know my website? It tells me when I get viewers.
Okay.
So, but you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's fine. Okay, so 5 years, right? 5 years was your longest relationship. Why didn't you guys get married?
Well, we just decided that's not what he wanted at that time. He wanted to focus on his business as well and get himself to a better position. That's not, we both were just, wanted to focus on business at this time in our life.
That response right there, that's not like out of the ordinary, right? For like the experience. So when we are talking about like the differences in marriage rates between like different people, and like so like within the Black community, there's significantly less marriages, and we've always talked about the fact that a lot of that has to do with economic prosperity, economic prospects, right? Like when you have economic security, it makes you more willing to like commit to relationships, where very often you'll have people saying, I don't want to get married because we have an idea in our mind about what marriage is and like how you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to bring to the table. And if you don't have the ability to do that, then you wouldn't get married. There was one of my longest relationship was with a person, and she was particularly successful. She ended up getting a master's degree by like 28 years old. And so like for me, like a lot of times I felt like I was not willing to like get married in a situation in which I didn't have myself together like economically. And I thank God that it didn't happen, because this is someone that I genuinely believe that I'm absolutely incompatible with. But I know factually, because we were both very much like moving and wanting to move in that direction, if I was economically at the level that I wanted to be at, if I had the money that I have now, I'm pretty sure we would have gotten married. No doubt about it, actually. And I can now see in hindsight, wow, we're just not compatible. But so even in myself, I remember when that was my mentality of like, yeah, I'm not trying to get married until I have these things, but we can be committed and engage and all of those things. But until I feel like economically, like marriage is the right thing, then I'm not going to do it. And this is like a common Black experience, which is what's actually causing like the difference in marriage rates. So you'll have like these racist and idiot people that will always talk about, yes, there's something wrong with the black culture, and that the black culture just doesn't embrace marriage. And it's like, no, we respect and embrace marriage the same as everyone else, if not more, because we're probably more socially conservative than other people. But the difference is that a lot of times marriage is like an economic decision, and if economically we don't feel like we're capable of supporting a family, then we're not going to probably pursue marriage in that same sense. But that economics is like obviously part of the black culture, which is influenced by all this, the previous systemic racism and all those other things. But yeah, so this is a common perfect example of that situation.
And what kind of business are you in?
I do marketing and branding. Same thing, but I'm also, I do.
All right. So at what age?
I own a marketing.
At what age? No, I don't know. We have this conversation. At what age do you think you will be ready or in a position to settle down?
Like,
I don't understand this right here.
No, I don't know. We
What?
have this conversation. At what age?
Why did he react that way when she said
same thing, I do marketing and branding. Same thing, but I'm also, I do.
All right.
I don't know what that reaction is. I don't understand.
So at what age?
I own a marketing.
At what age? No, I don't know. We have this conversation. At what age do you think you will be ready or in a position to settle down?
Like soon, like now. I'm dating someone.
At what age? 'Cause
31.
Well, ma'am, those two, you just contradicted yourself.
How?
Was you came through the door talking about you're not ready to do something.
I never said. I said that I want to. That's why I'm not in a relationship. I'm dating someone.
No, she said that he wasn't ready, like in order to be married, like he wanted to focus on his career and like going to try to do the economic thing. What? She like came in here saying that she wants to find her match and find a husband, somebody that can match her energy and whatever, yada 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 yada. What?
How long have you been dating this person?
For about 4 months.
Is he wanting to get married?
Yes.
Did you guys start dating with the intention to be married?
Well, yeah, I am, but how can I, balance my work and my relationship?
Did you start? Okay. Did you start dating this man with the intent that I'm dating men specifically and solely towards getting married?
Yes.
You guys have had this conversation?
Yes, from the day
one. He wants to get married?
Yes.
And what kind of time frame does he want to get married?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm really not sure that I haven't had that. I haven't had that specific conversation.
You haven't had the conversation.
Okay,
so you talk a lot.
No, I don't.
I'm getting to the bullet.
Oh, that's wild as freak. Okay, no, we'll just let it go. It's really insane to me because it's like, yeah, you have the conversation. Do you know how many people get engaged but they don't have a specific date on it? Yeah, I think it's probably optimal if you cut like when you're getting engaged that you have like a more concrete time frame so that you're not stuck in this situation where I'm engaged but we're just going to be engaged for 7 years before we actually get married. I think engagement should mean something a little bit more significant. But the idea like. So we've talked about it. They say they want to get married. Like all I can go off is somebody's words. I don't know their actual intentions. But like, what? You're mad because we haven't come up with a specific date? We've only been dating for 4 months. I'm not even engaged yet. It's like saying yes, we want to get married, but like, okay, we're talking still. Like, it's pretty early on in the relationship. What the freak more do you want?
Okay.
If you're dating with intention, you said I'm dating a man. And we got it clear that I want to be married, he wants to be married. The next question is in what time frame? Because in 4 months, if you didn't know from date 1, why'd you go to date 2 or 3?
I mean, I'm assuming.
If you didn't know from date 1? So I'm going to go on a date with a person, like say a blind date. And from beginning, I know when exactly we're going to get married? What the freak are you talking about? All sorts of people have different criteria and different things that are going to determine when they're going to get married or not. Come on. What are you talking about? What?
Assuming it's within a year or so.
We don't assume shit. We're business people. We don't assume anything.
I'm just dating right now.
No, man, we are business people. We're business people. We don't assume anything. We can't. Can you deposit an assumption?
Wait, What do you mean you don't assume? You can look at growth rates and then determine whether or not, like, based on expected growth rates, you start making investments. That's how businesses take on debt. You take on debt because you expect, like, for like things to go like at a certain, to continue at a certain rate. So then you're saying like, well, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and like up production. Like you make assumptions about like maybe like higher demands around specific seasons on specific things, right? And that demand might not be met exactly. Which sometimes that's how you can end up having like shortages, or you can have surpluses. Like these kind of things happen on a regular freaking basis. You're constantly adjusting and making assumptions based on the market. Like it's not businesses. You have to rely on speculation very frequently if you're trying to grow, right? Like if you just want to maintain your business exactly where it is, then yeah, you can go ahead and do the minimum and sometimes have some shortages, and that's fine. But if your goal is growth, there's going to be assumptions made all the freaking time. Like when it comes to stocks, right? Like if you're like a freaking hedge fund, you're making assumptions all the time. You're like having to decide like what this is just wrong. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh.
No. So in other words, you're not dating with what I call an intention to be married.
Okay.
So.
What?
Why don't you have the conversation with him tomorrow?
I tried to have it last night. I had something to do today, so I didn't go into it, but it is something that I do have intentions on doing soon.
But see, that's the problem. If this man was what you say he is, he would already have had this conversation with you up front. You see, this is part of the problem.
Wait, what conversation? I want to be married. If I meet a person today, or if I'm talking to a chick, my goal in those conversations is to try to suss things out. I don't have a direct timeline because it would be different depending on what type of person, and like marriage is something that's an incredible commitment. You're literally molding two lives together. Where are you going to move? What job are you going to work? What job am I going to work? Where are we going to live? You don't live with me now. Like, do I need to relocate where your job is? Do you need to relocate to where I am? Like, how do we make this work? All of these things are complications that can vary about like, well, maybe you need to go back to school. I don't know. What are you talking about? Maybe you're actively in school right now and it's like, I don't know, it seems like you're, kind of stressed out. Maybe like the timing isn't perfect. We can get to know each other better. Maybe we can start dating exclusively and all these things. There's so much stuff that you got to consider. Oh my gosh, what are you talking about?
You ladies talk, but you don't want to get the real stuff up front because you might not be his pick and he might not be yours. But the bottom line is, if he says tomorrow, no, I don't want to be with you. I like this, but I don't want to take it any further. What are you prepared to do?
Just continue dating.
Thank you.
Other people.
Continue dating, but you're only dating this one person.
Well, not by that's by choice.
But you're only dating this one person right now.
I don't know how he's not following this. When she's saying, I'm going to continue dating other people, right? Right now, I'm dating an individual. My intention is marriage. We're like trying to see where it's going. That's what I'm doing. If this person tells me, hey, I'm not interested, I'm going to continue dating other people, right? And I get that there was a slight pause right here where she said continue dating, and he was like about to react to that. But then she said other people. This nigga can't listen. So when she said other people, he didn't then update and go, oh, wait, the original thing I was going to say is wrong. Let me go ahead and like, okay, other people. I'm going to date other people. It's like, no. Now he's stuck on this. Well, you're only dating. Well, okay, well, to continue dating. Now he's trying to make that work with what he was originally going with, right? And so the idea is, so for example, I was talking to some chick, right? Recently. And she told me like, yo, I'm not really like interested in like going in that direction. Like I don't see that with you. And I was like, oh, okay, perfectly fine. We're still friends. I got no bad blood. Like it was really, really early on. And I told her that I really appreciate you for letting me know this early rather than, me getting crazily invested, spending a lot of money and all this stuff, whatever. Like I'm very thank you. Okay, we're good. I'm not hurt. Like, there were some little issues I wasn't sure it was going to work in the first place. But either way, you let me know. Good. Now I move on. Now I'm going to look and talk and date other people, right? That's like just common sense. What else can I do? I can't control another person. What are you talking about? This is stupid.
Yes.
So, go back to geriatric pregnancy. Go back to when do you want to get married?
Okay. I feel you. All right.
This is what I mean. This is why you can't have what you say you want, because you ladies don't approach it with seriousness.
Well,
you guys just get
no,
because the calendar.
She's agreeing. I feel you. No. Like, bro, he's so ready to just go. Like, he never is listening. He just wants to find some way of berating some. That's his whole shtick. It's crazy.
Has told you what life is.
I try not to put a date on things that I can't determine, but I understand what you're saying. The intentions of actually putting a date on it could help expedite.
I want you guys to understand how often our women don't want to.
Listen to this. I try not to put a date on things that I can't control, right? But I understand like what you're saying, that maybe putting a date would like kind of maybe help expedite things, right? Like, because you can't control those things. I want children. You think I could put a date on it? Like, I want children within 6 months. No, I can't. That involves another person. Right? And then even when I have the other person, there's so much stuff that goes into it. How many people try to get pregnant for years? Right? Like, I don't know. I don't have an answer to this. I can't put a date on this. I know that there might be a clock ticking, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, like, I'm not gonna get desperate, right? Like, and just start letting off in some of my exes. Like, that's not a thing. Like, what are you talking about? I can't control that. I want to be married. I can't control that. It takes another person. It takes me meeting the right person, finding that. Like, come on, like, that's stupid. She's saying I can't put a date on that. That's logic. I can't. She can't control that. Actually, society dictates that, because in reality, women aren't the ones that pursue. Like, women aren't the ones that get to propose to the men. A lot of men would be off-put by that. So a woman has to wait for a man to find her desirable and to propose. Now, she can start putting pressure in certain ways and like encouraging that proposal, but in reality, it's still up to the man, right? Like the way society functions at this point. So she can't put a date on it. It's just the way it is. What are you talking about?
Put restrictions on or avoid women who don't want to put a calendar or a clock on anything.
But it's not that she wants to put a clock on anything. She doesn't want to put a calendar or a clock on things that she can't control, while still recognizing there's a biological clock at 35. We can start getting some complication. Like, so what are you talking about? Like, bro, he's literally just generalizing like everything that was already on his mind to say towards this woman who hasn't actually given him the doesn't fit the criteria for what he's trying to say.
You don't want to put a clock on it because it's rejection. It's real clear.
I mean, it seems that it could appear that way, but it's definitely
no, it is that way.
Some people just try to have faith, that whatever's going on.
No, there's no faith.
Wait. So he made his point. He's not going to let her respond here. Don't talk over me, right? Don't talk over me. Let's look.
No, it is that. You don't want to put a clock on it because it's rejection. It's real clear.
I mean, it seems that it could appear that way, but it's definitely
no, it is that way.
Some people just try to have faith, that whatever's going on.
No, there's no faith.
It is that. He's hitting the Riley tech, bro. Like, clearly, like, yeah. At this point, like, he's not. What are you saying? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you say you don't want anyone to talk over you. Now you're talking over this, right? No, don't say that's where I get it from. I don't, nigga. He got that from us. That's my tech. And he like, you talking about, like, yeah, and like, clearly she's trying to respond, like, and he's automatically cutting her off. The idea is basically about, like, I can't put a timeline on something that's literally outside of my control. It's just that simple. It's really, really dumb.
It is that way.
Okay. I understand you. I believe you, but I never thought about it like that.
Well, that's why men run the world. Because when stuff has to be done in a systematic way, you guys don't approach it that way. You approach it in your feelings and faith.
So do you think men do that? They know when they want to get married and they set a date on
that? Yes.
How many men do you know will sit there and be engaged to somebody for like 4 or 5 years? How many men do you know that they want to get married but don't know exactly when and are waiting around until like they feel like it's the time to do so? What? Like, how many? What are you talking about? How many niggas don't know if they want to get married? What? What? So men just have it all figured out at all times. What world is he talking about? Bro, he generalizes so terribly. Come on, man.
I know at least 10 men who got married.
It is, Andy.
6 men in my group alone. Plus, you can go on YouTube and see all the videos of people who say, I've been listening to Kevin, I've gotten married in under 6 months. Yeah, show you.
Well, yeah, they're listening to you, but do they
know
know
man,
that?
you asked me. I can not only tell you, I can show you people.
So she can't respond.
Dennis Spurley, he's an attorney right here on YouTube, found his fiance in my group inside of a week. See, the problem is...
I understand that you do help people, but I don't think people naturally know this.
Then that's your problem.
What's your problem?
I'm not saying no one knows this, but I'm saying
you don't think people
the
naturally know?
no.
The answer
that you're following up saying that they do this. They're not thinking.
Don't overtalk me.
Wait. Don't overtalk me. What? Look at this.
Inside of a week. See, the problem is...
I understand that you do help people, but I don't think people naturally know this.
Then that's your problem.
I'm not saying no one knows this, but I'm saying
you don't think people
the
naturally know?
No.
The answer
that you're following up saying that they do this. They're not thinking.
Don't overtalk me. What the hell is wrong with you,
me.
man? I told you don't overtalk me.
Okay.
You overtalk her and then say don't overtalk me. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to...
I'm listening.
No, you can't listen to me if I'm talking and you're talking through me.
Shit.
That's the one thing I ask you not to do. And when I raise my voice, you start talking louder.
You shouldn't raise your voice, honestly.
Get off my phone.
That's y'all's man's. I can't, bro. I genuinely can't. He's so insane to me. But he's got a big platform, so people go on his platform. They got to do what they want to do. I mean, like as she was saying, all these people were visiting her website. They were doing you know what I mean. So it's good. People go there for the platform. But do you actually think you can get sound advice from a person this short-sighted? It's insane.
Escape